In this video, I'm going to share my strategies with you that how I cracked the UPSC mains exam in the first attempt. Welcome to the ultimate guide to UPSC mains, where pens are mightier than swords and answer writing is like an Olympic sport for the brainy. And let's decode with the help of 8 pointers or 8 things that I did to crack the UPSC mains exam. The first one is know the syllabus, because UPSC is that X who never texts first. Imagine going on a blind date without knowing anything about the person. That's you without the syllabus. So here the strategy should be print the syllabus and treat it like your gym crush. Paste it on your wall, fridge, bathroom mirror, ceiling and forehead if that is required. Map every newspaper article and book chapter to the syllabus like a detective connecting the clues, because UPSC is all about CID plus KBC. So once you are done with the syllabus, second pointer is limited resources, because you are not starting a library. You're not a UPSC librarian. Stop hoarding books like they are discounted on Amazon. Here, the one source per subject, marry it, read it, reread it multiple times, and then you have to cheat with the previous year questions. So here, if you have covered the topics or the syllabus with the help of standard books, stick to that. If you have already covered the syllabus with the help of your notes, class notes, stick to those notes. So you have to restrict your resources because time is the asset here. So if you read 4 books for one topic, you'll forget 3 and you'll be confused with the 4th. That's not UPSC. That's a breakup letter to the memory. So here, stick to the resources, limit your resources. That was point number 2. Point number 3 is answer writing. Now, this is the art of looking smart in 250 words. Remember, you're not writing Shakespeare. UPSC wants crisp answers, not a Bollywood plot twist. So follow the intro, body, conclusion format that we have already discussed in the classes. Use keywords like directive principles, stakeholders according to the constitution, even if the constitution is not watching. So here you have to act smart in those 250 words. And yes, you have to throw those administrative terminologies sparingly in your answer. Basically, you just are trying to woo the answer evaluator in those 250 words. Now the next is time management. This is the 4th point. UPSC is not Netflix. You cannot binge 9 GS paper on a single day and no answer. Writing is not the same as writing Instagram captions. There's a lot of difference there. One answer in 7 to 8 minutes, or use the 60% rule that we have already covered in the offline classes or even in the other videos. Practice 3 to 5 answers daily. Sunday should be the revision day for you. So whatever you cover in the entire week, whatever you revise in the entire week, you have to re-revise that on Sunday. And yes, some of you might feel that your writing speed is slower than your grandmother's WhatsApp typing. So buy a stopwatch or use the stopwatch which is available in your mobile phone, so that it could create pressure over you to write in the minimum possible time. You can just start every answer with a timer and then try to write within that stipulated time. Now, after writing the answer and the time management, the next point, that is point number 5, is previous year questions. Now, PYQs are like UPSC diary. Read it. You have to analyze 10 years of previous year questions, and it's not a joke. Spot the patterns, because UPSC repeats more than Ekta Kapoor plots. PYQs are not past, they are UPSC's future. Now, after the PYQs, let's move to point number 6, which is you have to think like a bureaucrat, not a Twitter warrior. So UPSC doesn't want revolutionaries, it wants solutionaries. For every problem in the answer, give 3 solutions, preferably implementable, and let's not mediate on it types, and case studies, examples with best practices. So here the answer should be solution driven and should not focus only on the problems. UPSC loves balanced answer, so try to comply to that with the solutionary approach. Now, after this, point number 7 is revision, which is the real love story. One-time reading is a fling, but multiple revisions can be equated with commitment. So if the micro notes are already available, then of course that is going to help you a lot. Revise till you can write your GS answers in your dreams. You have to revise and re-revise. If you revise so much that you start quoting Lakshmikant or any other book, even in your sleep, congratulations, you are almost there. Now, after the revision, the last point is optional subject, because GS alone won't carry you to Labasna. Since you've already chosen your optional, all you need to do is just revise from the notes, revise from the books that you've already covered in the last 1 or 2 years, practice answer writing, take PYQs and solve them one by one, evaluate on your own. You can ask your faculty to evaluate your answers for you. So in nutshell, what you are supposed to do: daily answer writing, peer reviews, And of course, you can also see the toppers copies to understand the answer writing better. So here, syllabus reading is just like your warm-up, answer writing is like cardio, essay practice is the weightlifting, and of course your PYQs, they are the protein shake for you. Remember, UPSC doesn't need your blood, it just wants your consistent sweat and sanity. Still, if you face any problem in answer writing, just mention in the comment section below and I'll try to answer that. Thanks for watching. Jai Hind.